Please announce their presence.
Their Excellencies invite into their court their cousins of Northwoods, Max and Gwendolyn, and their cousin to the east, Antonia. West, stage east. Apologies.
Please take your ease.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have taken some wonderful classes, I have talked with some wonderful friends, and I have eaten some wonderful food. Did everyone else have a great time today? There are so many different people that make this event go forward. I will not attempt to name them all. I just wanted to make sure that they all knew that you all have a special place in the barony's heart and in our heart. You have put on such a wonderful event. So if you were, for instance, the event steward, or you helped out in the kitchen, or at gate, or taught a class, please stand up so you can be recognized for your service today. Thank you all so very, very much.
Their Excellencies call forth Adred of Alford.
Oh yeah, go ahead, sir.
Goodly gifts to us on this earth, all possible people to... Oh, I'm sorry. This is parsed weird. My mistake. Goodly gifts are ever given to us on earth, and of them we all possible people, receive a part. To one in this world is granted wealth, unreasonable witches. Another writhes in permanent poverty, but is wise and powerful in methods of the mind. One may mold a robust body. One is beautiful, fair of figure. Another forms lyrical lines in poetic language. One prowls for prey, taking for his prize menacing monsters. One is master of political leaders. One, a combat lover, bears his boldness in shield-clashing battle. One rapidly runs. One speaks correctly. One aims the arrow swiftly and accurately. Gentle and generous, one is judicious, sincere and unsullied. One's a nimble servant in the tumultuous mead hall. Another knows mares and studies stallions. One is steadfast, dutifully enduring what he must endure. Now we acknowledge you amongst our numbers. Attain your potential and share your talent. With this command do we, Kasha and Ermenric, Thanes of Cinnabar, bestow upon Adred of Alford an additional gift, our award of the elephant's heart. Let none countermand our words.
We have been so excited with the enthusiasm that you have shown. You have taken to your persona, your name, and your garb with such, enthusiasm is the only word that I can use. Just taking such initiative, and we are so proud to have you in Cinnabar. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Now go forward and reach that potential, whether it be a master stallion or being fair of face. I leave that up to you. But I'm sure you will easily find your niche among us, and we are a better community for having you in our numbers. Thank you so much.
For Adred, hoorah! Hoorah! Their Excellencies call forth Lady Bianca Cantacuzene. Bianca Cantacuzene and all to whom these presents come know that we, Cadogan and Anne-Marie, Tsar and Tsaritsa of the Middle Kingdom, do recognize the exemplary service she hath freely given unto our realm by service to the barony of Cinnabar, her willing assistance at gate, and her work in the kitchen. We do now publicly commend her and are pleased to bestow upon her the award of the Purple Thread.
We have, oh, go ahead.
We have been waiting to give this to you since Grand Day of Tournaments, and we saw you walk into court just a few minutes after the scroll was read, but we are so excited to be able to give it to you today.
Medallion. Thank you so much for your service. We are glad to be able to do this in for our king and queen. So.
And at home.
Yes. Thank you so much.
For conveying this most extraordinary gift to me.
For Lady Bianca, Cuba. Their Excellencies call forth Sally of Red Spears. Hail ye givers, a guest is come. Where will she sit and share wisdom? For harried is she who now at our hearth would seek for warmth and wellness. She frets for water who comes for refreshment, thirsty and asking with thanks. The mark of goodwill and fame with fair worth, and welcome once and again. With raiment and arms, friends glad in each other. So we have proved with our practice. For friends last longest, if fate should let them, who give and give again. In recognition of her dedication to Cinnabar's dance community, and in token of our friendship, do we, Ermenric and Kasha, Hersar of Cinnabar, grant to Sally of Red Spears the award of the Elephant's Heart. Let none countermand our words.
Sally is someone who makes it more often to dance practice than many people in Cinnabar. She travels up from the barony of Red Spears, sometimes bringing friends of hers along with her to learn dance from us and to also teach back to us. And we are always glad to have such good friends come, because the more the merrier when it comes to dance practice. We are so very glad to have you here today and be able to give you this.
And we spoke to your Baron and Baroness, and they were thrilled to hear about it too. So we are sure you were doing just as excellent a work in Red Spears. So thank you very much.
For Sally, Hooah! Their Excellencies call forth Baroness Genevieve von Lübeck.
Don't burn anyone. We may have had a slight issue before court. We may have almost burned Baron Max. I know. Sorry, Medair. Sorry. We lit the side of him not covered in petrol. It didn't. So I can try again. Another time. Genevieve, I believe you have an office with us. And I believe you have decided that it's time to step back a little bit and have someone else take over?
I have, yes.
Have you found a suitable replacement, though?
I have, absolutely.
Do we have that person's name now?
We can call.
Oh, okay, we'll see if they're here.
I mean, it's just this weird collection of letters here.
Well, before we do that, we wanted to thank you so much for your time as our baronial chatelaine. There are many people here who you are their first or one of their first contacts into the barony, whether it's bringing clothes for people to wear to events or heading up demos. You have done such an amazing job in making sure that newcomers to our barony are welcome and can enjoy the game that we play, and that is so important for all of us, because once again, as we said with Sally Red Spears, the more the merrier, and we thank you so much for that.
It was my pleasure, thank you.
So, we'll go ahead and I believe you have a little token of your office that we can give over. We'll take that off your hands and let you go back to being our ANS champion. Thank you again.
For Baroness Genevieve. Hurrah! Call forward Lady Day Inyan Aida, called Day.
you have come to our meetings and spoken to our populace. They have given their wise words of counsel, and afterwards have agreed that you would be a fine replacement for Genevieve. Is this still your will to be our baronial chatelaine?
It is.
Well then, I give you this badge so that all may know that you are one of the first resources for newcomers, whether it's garb or information or just a friendly face. And we would like to at this time have you swear fealty as an officer of Cinnabar. That's still your will?
I would love
Hear you, O Cinnabar.
Hear you, O Cinnabar.
I become your servant from this day forth.
I become your servant from this day forth,
For member and for worldly honor,
for member and for worldly honor,
and shall owe you faith for the office that I hold.
and shall owe you faith for the office that I hold,
Saving the faith that I owe
saving the faith that I owe
unto our Lord and Lady the King and Queen,
until our Lord and Lady, the King and Queen,
and lawfully shall do all the duties of my office
and lawfully shall do all the duties of my office
at the times assigned.
at the times assigned.
Thus swear I.
Thus swear I, Lady Day in United.
We hear and accept your oaths freely given. We hold your fealty on this rock, and will exact justice for oaths broken.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Very much.
Yes.
For Chatelaine Day, hooah!
Yes.
Their Excellencies call forth Edie of Cinnabar. It pleases us to see our numbers growing, the old releasing duties to the young. The coming generation warms the going, and each does deeds that by the next are sung. It's this, not chirping birds or buds with dew, that makes us feel the earth again is new. And if we meld the new with what has been, then we will be in our best days again. Thus, Kasha and Ermenric, we who view this tower white, dear Edie, give to you, for services whose value we well ken, this elephantine heart, with thanks times 10. Let none countermand our words.
Here's a token of the elephant's heart. You have been someone that, whether it was just laughing around the campfire at Penzic or helping to do site setup here at Terpsichore, you have become such a integral, important, and looked for part of the barony. And so we hope that you will continue your journey with us in the years to come.
Thank you so much for your service, especially at this event. I really loved seeing somebody so eager to help and so enthusiastic about helping. So it's really a gift. Thank you so much.
For Edie, hoorah! I mixed it. I went first.
Okay.
Their Excellencies call forth Lord Tristan Bartolo de la Vega. What a peaceful living, fleeing noises, shallow and hollow, of a world that's unforgiving. The hidden path to follow, along which honest scholars all go. He seeks the dream unbroken, pure and happy, where freedom blazes, never to be awoken by worthless, unthinking praises for his bloodline or money in flattering phrases. With his hand, with self-made power, he planted an orchard. It's greenly growing, and even now is in flower. With every blossom blowing, the hope of real fruit is showing. While others are embracing a miserable mind and thirstily clinging to the dangerous falsehoods they're chasing, he to the orchard goes winging and lies in the shade of fruit trees, singing. I wish. Oh, sorry. For the service he has rendered unto our populace with his clear mind, openness, and ready information, we, Ermenric and Kasha, Baron y Baronesa de Cinnabar, recommend Tristan Bartolo de la Vega and bestow upon him the award of the Towers Foundation. Let none countermand our worth.
You show up with such wonderful information to every officer's report meeting. You make sure that the barony knows how much is in its coffers at all times, which is such a wonderful thing because that lets.
And in such creative ways, too.
And you allow us, through your diligent keeping of our books, to know that we can hold such wonderful events like Terpsichore, or St. Cecilia, which is coming up, or Crown Tournament, which is coming up. And being able to know that we have such a resource there taking care of our books means a lot to us.
Thank you so much.
For Lord Tristan! Whoopah!
So you guys may wonder why there's this big expanse of land between us and you guys. It is not, I assure you, because we think you have diseases or anything. All right, okay. In one case, John, you may move down a little bit. No, it's because we wanted to have a dance presentation. If you would call forth the dancers. There's a couple dancers here apparently. It doesn't matter.
Their Excellencies call forth Alex of Mystic Watru. And friend. I only have his name.
I have several friends.
Would you mind telling our court what you were performing and when you learned it?
So, this morning, I taught a class on Argeers, which is an English country dance, in which Playford is particularly non-specific about what he wants.
Not Playford.
So there are a lot of regional variations, and everybody has their own. I taught the one that I learned living up in North Shield in the Shire of Mystic Waytrue. And so I taught that this morning, and I decided Argeers is a good performance piece. Let's perform it. So I taught it, and then I taught some things about performing, and I have people who would like to show it to you. So we will arrange ourselves. And we have two separate sets, by the way. It's a dance for 4. So we're doing the same thing as them. In case you weren't clear.
thank you very much for that entertaining display of art. For one thing, I thought you were going to have some company there. Thank you all so very, very much, and we look forward to seeing more dancing maybe this evening.
For Alex and his pupils, hoorah! Hoorah! Their Excellencies call forth Cassandra, daughter of Medare and Alina.
You can kneel on the pillow. That's fine. But no, there's some mistake, right? Because
I don't think so.
No, I wanted the Cassandra who can play recorder.
I can play the recorder.
Wait, you can play recorder?
Yes.
Okay, but I'm looking for the Cassandra who goes to dance practice regularly.
I do go to dance practice.
Okay, yeah, but I'm looking for the Cassandra who plays the recorder, goes to dance practice regularly, and she can play dance music without looking at the sheet. She doesn't have to have a paper in front of her. She can do it by memory.
I can do that with most songs unless I'm starting to learn it.
I don't know. I mean, how do I know this is true, though?
Test her, test her.
Yeah, but in order to test her, I would have to have the emergency baronial recorder right next to her. Cassandra, could you take this recorder and whatever dance song you want to, could you just play a dance song for me real quick?
Alright, contrapasso.
Tonight at all?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Well, excellent. Well, I guess we have the right Cassandra.
I think so.
Well, then, Harold, I believe we have words for Cassandra. Would you read them, please?
We do indeed. Cinnabar, gather and listen. She lives. We declare, your girl lives. She shall never pass the bitter waters of Acheron. Now and forevermore, the lovely Cassandra is here, present with dancing beat of flying, tripling fingers, when in Phrygian rhythm, the double resonant pipe strikes the Dorian tune in harmony over the feast. Or on the boards of the floor, a musical dancer joins in, pouring out mirth. The voices of Pentamere reeds throughout the mid-realm halls. Terpsichore cries out in triumph, with Euterpe, the flautist, for clever Cassandra, our pride. And with joy in our hearts, Ermenric and Kasha tell all, our young friend shall join the ranks of Cinnabar's legions, as we award her today the noble elephant's heart. Cinnabar, gather and hear. Let none countermand our decree.
I just want to note it. I did not tell Cassandra about this ahead of time. She had no idea she was going to have to come up here and perform. I didn't tell her what to perform. She just did that.
have any business that you would like to?
No, we have no business.
Your Excellency?
No? Alright. Alright. Yeah, we have one last award to give out. If you could call that person forward.
Absolutely. Their Excellencies call forth His Lordship, Finn Finnegan O'Flynn. Arise, set forth. Oh,
Our herald arises, not you.
our herald, accustomed to proclaiming. Dutiful the journey you undertake. Announce, increase truth. Fair and lasting our words, we measure them for the protection of our kin. If you go to a man, hasten to Cinnabar. Find Finn Finnegan O'Flynn. Good, vigorous, he will be long-serving in the seat of full leadership. He will move many burdens of turmoil to the sea. Let him preserve truth. It shall preserve him. Let him raise truth. It will raise him. Let him exalt mercy. It exalts him. Let him care for his tribe. They will care for him. Darkness yields to light. Sorrow yields to joy. Falsehood yields to truth. Conflict yields to peace. Arise, set forth, O our herald accustomed to proclaiming, to Cinnabar. Find Finn Finnegan O'Flynn, a noble, mighty leader who leads truly. Let him keep our words. We measure them for the protection of our kin. Shining like silver for all to see, let him be like silver, measured by his durability and value. We, Ermenric and Kasha, Barun Eban Warun of Cinnabar, with the full knowledge and unanimous support of the order, confer upon Finn Finnegan O'Flynn the most honorable and prestigious award of Cinnabar, the award of the Silver Tower. Let none countermand our words.
Here is the scroll. Simcha made.
Scrolls are not often given out for baronial awards here in the barony of Cinnabar. However, the prestige of this award, it is our highest award we give out. Before it's given, we talk to the other members of the order. I believe now you are the 10th. I'd have to double check on that number. But in the years of Cinnabar, there's only a handful. And we thought that this deserved not only the special recognition of the wording, which still chills me to hear read aloud, thank you so much for that, but also the wonderful writing that Simcha did in making that scroll for you. You have been such a wonderful seneschal to have with us during our time of transition, during a time where we had some minor conflict going on with some others, and you went and you dealt with that conflict with the honor and the chivalry that makes us proud to sit in these thrones and makes us proud to show up to meetings that are led by you. We just are so grateful for your service.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been my honor to serve within this family.
For His Lordship, Finn. Hoorah! The event steward would really like it if, as you are getting up to leave court, if you each would take 2 chairs, one for each hand, unless you only have one hand, in which case please only take 1 chair, and move it off to the side, and that way, with all of our hands, ball prep will be like that. All right. There being no further business, here concludes the court of their excellencies, Ermenric and Kasha. All right.